Your timeshare legally and permanently, but you've got to call now. Call the number on your screen today. It's a free call.
Hi, I'm Jim Koski, and join me Mondays for Life in the 906.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, we'll take a look at the flooding happening around the Upper Peninsula, plus protesters across the state demonstrate against data centers, while supporters say concerns are being addressed. And we're live in Washington, D.C. as the U.S. looks to secure the Strait of Hormuz. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Hello, UP. As we check out the forecast for tonight, we still have a flood watch in effect for maybe some melting snow causing some localized flooding here. Otherwise, not much expected here. Some rainfall later on tonight. Some could be some heavier downpours here and there, again causing perhaps some localized flooding. As temperatures, though, will stay above freezing, going into the mid-30s with some fog by daybreak. Rest of the forecast coming up later in the show.
Tom, thank you very much. Yesterday, heavy rainfall and melting snow caused flooding in parts of the UP. This footage shows conditions of US 2 in Powers in the early afternoon. The individual who took the video told WZMQ 19 that a few hours later, the road was still flooded. However, cars driving slowly were able to pass through. Delta County Emergency Management expects some parts of Escanaba and Rapid River to continue experiencing high water levels for the next few days, so motorists are urged to use caution. The National Weather Service in Negaunee has issued a flood watch for the entire Upper Peninsula through this Wednesday. The growing number of AI data centers is drawing strong reactions across the country. In Houghton, dozens gathered over the weekend to voice their concerns. Protesters rallied against the development of any new data centers, citing worries of energy use, environmental impact, and the strain on local infrastructure. Supporters of data center growth argue that they could bring jobs and economic growth to the area. Organizers say the community deserves more transparency and point to the massive amount of energy used.
That's about the same amount of energy use as 1.1 million homes for a single data center. They also use an extreme amount of water, and the extreme energy use causes air pollution.
The rally was part of a broader statewide effort as opposition to data centers grows across Michigan. Supporters of data centers say there's more to the story. They argue many of the concerns being raised, while valid, are already being addressed through existing regulations and oversight, including rules around energy use, water consumption, and environmental impact.
To say that someone's concerns are not valid, I think, is irresponsible. The best development moving forward happens is when people raise concerns, folks have the opportunity to look at something from a different angle and perhaps find a better solution.
Supporters say data centers can bring tax revenue, infrastructure investment, and jobs, adding Michigan has a chance to lead if projects are built responsibly. Tonight, high-stakes diplomacy collapsing over the weekend after nearly a full day of talks. The stalemate could soon hit oil and gas prices, with tensions rising yet again at a critical global oil choke point. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon is live on Capitol Hill. Brendan, good evening, sir. A lot of the people around the world were really hoping for some type of breakthrough in Pakistan over the weekend. What can you tell us?
Hey there, Kevin. Good evening to you. Yeah, many people really hoping for a breakthrough that didn't come. And after 20-some hours of negotiations between teams from both Iran and from the United States on Saturday, taking place in Pakistan. Again, the U.S. and Iran leaving with no deal, marking a pretty significant diplomatic breakdown again over the weekend.
We have been at it now for 21 hours. We've had a number of substantive discussions with the Iranians. That's the good news. The bad news is that we have not reached an agreement. And I think that's bad news for Iran much more than it's bad news for the United States of America.
Iran's nuclear program, one of the major sticking points that neither party were able to agree on Saturday in Islamabad.
We just could not get to a situation where the Iranians were willing to accept our terms.
Both the U.S. and Iran leaving empty-handed. Now, the focus shifting from diplomacy to deterrence. President Donald Trump said a blockade of the Strait of Hormuz by U.S. naval forces went into effect 10 a.m. Monday. Trump says he's ordered ordered the Navy to seek and interdict every vessel in international waters that has paid a toll to Iran, adding on Truth Social, no one who pays an illegal toll will have safe passage on the high seas. The president added Monday that any Iranian Navy assets, specifically fast attack ships, will be immediately eliminated if they approach the blockade.
They're really blackmailing the world. We're not going to let that happen.
Meanwhile, oil prices spiked above $100 a barrel, again highlighting just how sensitive not only global energy, but also supply chains and consumer prices are to ongoing instability in the region.
And so many of the products that we buy to run our businesses, to run our homes, to run our lives is revolving around oil all over the world. It's a double whammy, or you could say a perfect storm, that you've got A, prices are going up, but B, supply is going down. And that causes a lot of disruption all the way around.
And Kevin, delegations from both sides are expected to regroup in Pakistan at some point to try and negotiate further. We're told that both sides are still talking to each other, but again, with that ceasefire put in place last week expiring in a matter of days, time is running out. Now, as far as what this all means for gas prices, the national average right now sitting around $4.12. In Michigan, it's a little bit lower, sitting around $3.96 for a gallon of gas. Lawmakers, Kevin, are also returning to Washington this week. Democrats have said that they plan to vote again on a war powers resolution. And if a few more Republicans, especially those hardliners who have been against a prolonged conflict with Iran, decide to hop over and join Democrats with this push, that would mean that the president will be limited in any further military operations in Iran without approval from Congress. So we'll be keeping a close eye on that throughout the week here as well. Reporting live on Capitol Hill for WZMQ 19 News, I'm Brendan Scanlon. Kevin, back to you.
Brendan, thank you very much as always. Your first warning weather forecast is after the break. Plus, we'll have a look at the salamanders as they begin to migrate across Presque Isle. And later, Jim Koski arrives for your Life in the 906. He'll tell us about his favorite part of spring. We'll be right back after this.
Now through April at Fox Marquette Subaru, lease a 2026 Subaru Forester Premium for $399 a month for 36 months, or get 1.9% APR for 75 months. Fox Marquette Subaru. Experience the difference.
We look closely at all the data. We pore over test results. But what we see is you. We see what makes your smile widen and your eyes brighten. Even as we study breakthrough research and implement the most advanced technologies, what we see is how we can use it to serve you and your well-being. Healthcare is a lot of things, but the best care is human. Aspirus Health. What we see is you.
All new CBS Tonight.
Who are you?
Someone who wants to help.
FBI, stop!
Get a team there right now.
Duty calls.
Just a little spark names, pal.
That's a go. Now! All teams execute!
Stay calm. We've got your back. And now he is the prime suspect.
A new FBI, followed by a new CIA.
All right, let's get back to work.
We should celebrate a job well done.
CBS Tonight, and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Now through April at Fox Marquette Subaru, lease a 2026 Subaru Crosstrek base for $289 a month for 36 months, or get 2.9% APR for 75 months. Fox Marquette Subaru. Experience the difference.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
It's Shunk's Big Winter Sale. It's that time of year when you spend more time on your sofa, more time on your recliner, and more time in bed. During Shunk's Big Winter Sale, you'll save on the furniture you need. There's big discounts on all Flex Steel furniture, like this leather Flex Steel Power Reclining Groups, 55% off. There's big savings on Lazy Boy recliners, 35 different styles to choose from, and they're all on sale. They start at just $299. Shop Shunk's Big Winter Sale at both locations for big discounts. Shop Shunk's Marquette today.
Now for the 19 News Forecast Center. This is WZMQ 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
Hello to you, UP. We do have a flood watch in effect, and that watch is in effect through Wednesday morning. It covers all the Upper Peninsula. It's mainly for some rapid snow melt from all the snow from several weeks ago here, finally melting at a pretty good clip, and we'll get some hits of some heavier rainfall as well. So we'll keep that flood watch going on again for another couple of days. Otherwise here, Futurecast not showing a lot as we head on through the evening hours here. Later tonight, here comes a good batch of some rain and maybe some heavier downpours for later on tonight. You can see after midnight, most of that is out by daybreak, and we're back to some cloudy conditions for much of the day on Tuesday, and can't rule out a couple more showers as we head on into the afternoon. Now the round two coming up through Wisconsin by Tuesday evening. Maybe a quick hit here well east of Marquette through Munising into Sault Ste. Marie by later in the day on Tuesday, but by midnight Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, not much expected. So we do get some good rain tonight, so we're going to keep that flood watch going, but not much rain expected over the next several days here. Wednesday night, the next round also staying to the south. Now there is very little chance of any severe weather as we head on through. This should actually be Tuesday here. We're not seeing much. We do have just off toward the south in Green Bay into the central part of Michigan, the lower peninsula there might get some stronger storms at times. But for us here in the UP, looking in pretty good shape as far as storms go. In the meantime, the rainfall amounts here could be pretty decent here over the nighttime, with maybe up to an inch of rainfall expected. In the meantime, temperatures over the next 6 to 10 days, we're going to go on the downtrend here. Looks like it will be a slightly cooler temperatures as you go on through the next week and a half. So we'll stay in that cool regime here. And for tomorrow, high temperatures, a wide range here with the wind off the lake, maybe a little cooler here for places like Marquette with a pretty good fog. But along the Wisconsin border there, temperatures staying in the 60s. After that, we're looking at temperatures mid-40s on Wednesday, partly cloudy. Good chance of rain showers again for Thursday. So temperatures kind of bounce up and down here. Friday might hit 60, and then we're back into the 40s and cooler conditions, particularly into the beginning of next week.
Tom, thank you again. Marquette's blue-spotted salamanders are beginning their annual spring migration. Over the weekend, people showed up in droves to Presque Isle to get their eyes on the local amphibians. The Superior Watershed Partnership says the growing popularity of the project is a great benefit to its citizen science opportunities, but visitors are asked to utilize special attention and caution, especially when shining bright lights, as SWP reports have shown them to be confusing to the salamanders, even enough to turn them around sometimes.
SWP is just trying to bring attention to this being a really exciting time, but also just the reminder that it is still a sensitive time. The salamanders are crossing the road to reproduce.
While flashlights are a concern for the road crossing process, they are still required to view the salamanders. Escanaba is 125 days away from the 2026 UP State Fair, and organizers are beginning to announce the entertainment fairgoers who can expect to enjoy. Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter Phil Vassar will take the grandstand stage on Wednesday, August 19th. Vassar is best known for his hit Just Another Day in Paradise, and he's currently touring in celebration of the song's 25th anniversary. His career includes 10 #1 hits, 27 top 40 singles, numerous awards, and songwriting credits for artists like Tim McGraw and Alan Jackson. Tickets for Vassar's UP State Fair performance will go on sale tomorrow, and limited Gold Circle seating is available for purchase. To learn more, visit WZMQ19.com. An Escanaba Lego builder is crafting an intricate display to show at regional conventions. Kate Oman has been building this steampunk city since 2021. Each structure is entirely Oman's own creation with no pre-designed sets included. Oman will display parts of the city at BayCon in Escanaba next month. She'll then take it to Bay Beach in Green Bay and Brick World Chicago, which is the largest convention for adult Lego builders.
It started out as just a nice little 4-foot by 1 base plate wide little city, and it's now expanded into 2 tables worth of fun and adventure. I'm using it to bring joy to other people, so I'm really excited to be able to show off my passion. I love Lego.
Oman is part of the Fox Lego user group, which has members in Wisconsin, Upper Michigan, and Northern Illinois. Coming up next on Insights, we're talking with the Executive Director of the United Way of Marquette County about their upcoming Community Impact Panels. The details when we come back.
Anything that's wrong with America can be fixed by what's right in America. We are defined more by our shared values and our differences, and we're having a conversation about how.
To remind you that 60% of sales on Amazon come from independent sellers, Jess from Planetary Design will pour 60 cups of coffee for 60 adventurers.
Shoot, lost count.
Shop small business on Amazon. To remind you that 60% of sales on Amazon come from independent sellers, John from Bluehorn Beeswax will light 60 candles for Marv and Ethel's 60th wedding anniversary.
Marv? Ethel?
Shop small business on Amazon.
My family's been in business for 70 plus years. We really needed to stress that this is not just a running store. Our running shoes are good for everybody.
It's about the people out in the community who are in the workforce. All those people really benefit from the proper footwear and structure that a running shoe can provide.
They might come in limping, almost like a miracle, walk out of here dancing. It's more than shoes. There's a caring that doesn't exist in a lot of businesses anymore.
It's Cranston, it's Kazmarek, and it's Clarkson.
Kelly's all new.
With the new Malcolm in the middle. Y'all met initially on set.
They were looking for a very different physical type for Hal, and then said, just bring in the normal-sized actors.
That's me, normal size.
Plus Storm Reed. Next, Kelly.
Jane's philosophy was, if you can't do a scene sitting down, then why not lying down?
The Kelly Clarkson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ CBS.
Weeknights, MeTV brings the funny.
They do have some funny stuff in there.
With MASH. Andy Griffith. And Everybody Loves Raymond.
Weeknights on MeTV 19.1. You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. The United Way of Marquette County is hosting their Community Impact Panel soon, looking to benefit nonprofits in the area. Here with the details is, of course, Executive Director Andrew Rickauer. Andrew, good to see you.
Hey, good evening.
All right, Community Impact Panels. First, tell us what those are.
So it's a fun evening to learn about what is happening in the community, and it's where community members, volunteers come together for one night to listen to all the local nonprofits, our partner agencies, and make a quick pitch on their programs and what the needs are in the community. And then those volunteers help us distribute the funds that we've been raising through the year in our campaign.
Excellent. And I saw in the description, it's think Shark Tank when you think about this. Explain that.
It's a lot like Shark Tank. The volunteer panelists are the ones there. They're asking the questions, they're listening to the pitch, and then they make the funding decisions. And it's up to the nonprofits to really show the community volunteers what the needs are in the community and what good work they're doing to get the funds for their programs.
In the short term / long term, I mean, how much do you think this is going to benefit those nonprofits?
It's a lot of the programs, they depend on this funding. So it's critical funding. It's, whether it's Habitat with their ramps and repair programs or the senior centers, youth programs, a lot of them depend on this funding, and that's why it's nice to bring the community together, because we get to hear a lot of different sides of different people's background and input on what the needs are in the community and really get a good round perspective.
Definitely. So how can people watching participate?
So they need to sign up by next Wednesday on Upers United, and all the details are there. And then there will be a quick 20-30 minute training the week prior, and the panels happen on April 29th.
All right, good stuff. And I know you also wanted to talk about an upcoming highway cleanup taking place. Give us the details.
Yeah, so we know the snow's melting, and when the snow melts, garbage is going to be left behind from the winter. So different groups organize it. This one coming up in May is the Rotary Club of Marquette. They're doing a highway cleanup and also looking for some extra hands to help keep our roads looking good.
All right, excellent. Do you know how many people you're kind of looking for? Or?
About 15 for that one.
15, okay. Is there any particular places they'll be cleaning up?
There's, that one I believe is over in South Marquette. There's several of them throughout the community. So if you have a certain road stretch you're passionate about, you can reach out to us or the group that you know is involved, and we can help get you set up.
All right, good stuff. And for other volunteer opportunities, just head to upersunited.com.
Yeah, that's right.
Andrew, thank you very much. Always good to see you. And tomorrow we're joined by Marquette Algerisa to talk about their summer programs they're offering students. That conversation is only on 19 News Insights. Jim Koski is next with your Life in the 906. Plus, in today's Look at Sports, NMU officially introduces their new men's basketball coach. We'll have that and more when we come back.
Update your home with new GE appliances from Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. GE appliances are built to last, have print-resistant finishes, and offer high performance with energy efficiency. Kirkish has a large selection for both kitchen and laundry. Free delivery and 0% financing.
New CBS Tonight.
Get the team in position.
FBI, don't move! Everybody down!
There's something else going on. Something bigger.
This is on my turf. What I need is this team. Breaking cases, making things right. There's only so many places you can hide.
FBI is all new, followed by CIA. CBS Tonight.
It's Earth Month in the Upper Peninsula. Small actions make a big impact. Recycle 906 accepts cans, cardboard, plastics, and more, helping keep the UP clean and thriving. This Earth Month, recycle smarter. See what we accept at recycle906.com.
I was 29 weeks pregnant when my car rolled and I ended up upside down. I had a placental abruption. I didn't really care about myself, to be honest. I was just like, I'm pregnant. I need to make sure she's okay.
Your life can flip so fast. In 1 second, I was losing my family, and then we were in the care of UP Health System.
That's when we knew she was in good hands.
Everyone from the nurses, doctors, family birthing center, and then the NICU were amazing.
She's here and she's healthy, and, you know, in the big picture, that's all that matters.
PTSD isn't something that is just going to go away on its own.
Treatment works. It helps.
There's no shame in treatment.
Just do it. Your world will be so different afterwards.
It's a warrior sickness. It's not a coward sickness.
Never too late.
I guarantee you it'll help you.
It will change your life.
It turned my life around.
You can find peace.
I never thought I could feel this good.
Walk through those doors, take the step.
Go get help. It's the best and bravest thing you could ever do.
Treatment works.
Mr. Jim Koski, welcome back, sir. Spring is in the air. What do you think?
Well, you know what, Kevin? To quote a great British philosopher, we've been through a long, cold northern winter. In fact, here in Marquette, one of the least snowy places in the northern UP, we've now had white stuff on the ground for 139 straight days. But everywhere you look, there are signs that winter is finally coming to an end. It might be the sun popping out between rainstorms. It might be the songbirds that wake you up at 5 a.m. Or it might be my favorite sign of the season, these things. They're a mix of road sand, road salt, snow, ice, and whatever's left after a long winter, and they pop up on the sides of streets across the UP. Now, I'm pretty sure they don't have an official name, although I would like to propose yearly, occasionally oddly placed, extending randomly, ice shelves. Now, those ice shelves are my favorite part of spring for one very specific reason. Because they sit on the side of a street, water tunnels underneath them, hollowing them out, leaving just enough of the shelf hanging on for dear life that a passerby, say one who still might just be a 9-year-old at heart, can stomp on them. Now, call me strange, but my favorite part of spring is that soul-satisfying thump you get when you stomp on one of those yearly, occasionally oddly placed, extending randomly, ice shelves. Now, I will admit the possibility that there is a possibility of having snow on the ground for 139 straight days may have rendered my mental state a little suspect, but I think not. Ever since I was an actual 9-year-old, I've enjoyed the thud as a uniquely Upper way to know that winter may finally be over. So if you get the chance and you happen to see a yearly, occasionally oddly placed, extending randomly ice shelf in your neighborhood, give it a stomp. After all, it is one true sign of spring in the UP. I'm Jim Koski, Stomper. That's another slice of life in the 906.
Jim, thank you very much. And yes, I cannot blame you. It's certainly very satisfying.
Especially when you get one that is so loud that and so hard that you can feel it in your chest. And it's just like, oh, forget people listening to videos on the internet with people whispering. No ASMR for me. No, the thud of a Uber shelf.
Good stuff. Jim, thank you very much. And don't forget to join Jim weekday afternoons on Q107 WMQT. Now let's send it over to Mike Ludlam for a quick look at sports.
Good evening, everyone. NMU has introduced Keel Gans as its new men's basketball head coach. This will be his third stop with the Wildcats. Gans spent last season helping head coach Doug Gottlieb with the massive improvement at Wisconsin Green Bay, going from 4-26 to 18-15. Gans has a solid background, and he knows he has plenty of work ahead of him.
Support's really blessed in my coaching career to work for some really good basketball coaches. From Brian Wardle to Gary Gresh to Doug Gottlieb, Andy Brown, Kerry Rupp, and Matt Mackerzak. We have 6 guys currently on the roster. We have a few that possibly have committed or will commit soon, which is positive and exciting. And then, which leaves us a handful of spots to finish. I'd like to have the roster around 16 or 17.
I think our challenge going forward is how do we take the next step? And I think that's what I want out of this whole process. That's what I want from this program, from all our programs. And I think we're hiring somebody who has the capability, the experience, the knowledge of what he's inheriting, and the ability and knowledge to take it to the next level.
The opportunity to
Gans is the 16th coach in NMU history. He replaces Matt Mackerzak, who is now the coach at Northern Illinois. Michigan Tech has announced its men's basketball awards for the 3rd straight year. Marcus Tomashik is the most valuable player. He is second in Huskies history with 2,452 points. The most improved is Alex Calcaterra. Sportsmanship goes to Gabe Smith, and the freshman of the year, Jesse Knapp-Gezik. Girls basketball, the state writers have combined to get a Division IV All-State team. Player of the year, Janessa Eagle from state champion Ishpeming. Also on the first team, Bree Bestman of UN Trout Creek, Maya Hemmer of the Hematites, and Lauren Adams of Norway. Second team, Emma Bestman of ETC, and honorable mention, Kara Roberts of Baraga. NMU junior attacker Josie Lukoski is the GLIAC Lacrosse Offensive Player of the Week for the 4th time this season. She scored 14 goals in 2 games, breaking the Wildcats' single-season record. Plus, she broke the 100-point mark in scoring, just the 2nd NMU player to do that. And Marquette Senior High School graduate Julia Ott of Grand Valley State is the GLIAC Field Athlete of the Week for Davenport. Ott set a school record in the high jump that stood for nearly 10 years, clearing 5 feet 7¼ inches at the Al Owens meet in Allendale. And we will be right back.
From now through April at Fox Nagani Chevrolet GMC, lease a 2026 Chevrolet Equinox 2 LT all-wheel drive for $400 a month for 36 months. Together, let's drive. Fox Nagani Chevrolet GMC. Experience the difference.
Let's keep it going.
Joe McHale just cannot help himself on the Jennifer Hudson Show.
I love your Canadian tuxedo.
I don't know when you're serious or not.
I can't tell either.
And we catch up with our man, Carlos.
You know the ladies want to know, are you single?
Maybe, you never know.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 4 on WZMQ CBS. Followed by The Kelly Clarkson Show at 5 and 19 News at 6.
When you live in the north, the winds blow harder, the winters last longer, and the leaves change in an instant. Every season tells its own story. That's why the roof over your head needs to protect the memories being made beneath it. At Dan Perkins, we build metal roofs that stand up to the northern elements. Because when you live in a place as untamed and wonderful as the North, your home deserves a roof that's just as enduring. Protect what matters most with Dan Perkins Construction.
Hey, Doug Garrison here for Budget Windows. You know, replacing the windows in your home can be a huge investment. So we urge you to get 3 quotes. We just ask that one of them be from Budget Windows. You know, most people are not just shopping for the best price, but also want a great window as well. We want you to be fully informed before making your decision. So we invite you to get 3 quotes, but make sure Budget Windows is one of them. So call Budget Windows today, and remember, you always get triple for double. Great windows, professionally installed at a great price. That's Budget Windows.
Get supplier pricing on all new Chevrolet Silverado 1500 trucks now through April at Fox Nagani Chevrolet GMC. Supplier pricing for all on new 2026 Silverado 1500 trucks at Fox Nagani Chevrolet GMC. Together, let's drive.
Some rain will be arriving for tonight, particularly after midnight. Watch for some heavy downpours. Flood watch remains in effect through early Wednesday morning. We'll be falling into the upper 30s to the lower 40s tomorrow. We'll try to get to 50 here in Marquette, though it may stay in the 40s. Warmer along the Wisconsin border with perhaps a few drops of rain. Mid-40s on Wednesday. Could hit 60 on Friday, but then the much chillier air.
Good to be with you. I'm Tony DeCopel. The breaking news right now. I'm not a big fan of public